Okay. Start with good. In.
Out.
Big.
Little.
Over.
Under.
Love. Today we're going to talk about the opposites, love and hate, and how God's ways are different than the world's ways. They're actually so different that they're opposite. So, I have a question for you now. Have any of you ever been burned? You get a sunburn, you get burned by a fire, got burned. Doesn't feel good, does it? It really hurts. Do you know the Bible talks about putting hot coals on people's heads? It talks about it. Should we read some verses about it? In Romans 12, it says, recompense to no man evil for evil. That means if someone does something bad to you, don't do something bad back. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. In another spot, it says, if your enemy is hungry, give him bread to eat. If he's thirsty, give him water to drink. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord shall reward thee. He'll reward you for putting coals on someone's head. Does that mean if I take my grill with a whole bunch of hot coals in it, and I go dump it on my enemy's head, am I going to get rewarded from God for it? You sure? Is it talking about a different kind of coals? What's it talking about? What kind of coals are there? Yes. Coals of kindness. Very good. Yes. Coals of love. Yes. These coals are kind of like, if you do something kind to someone who's bad to you, it makes them feel really ashamed for what they did. A lot of times they'll feel regret. They'll feel really guilty for what they did. And a lot of times they'll feel sorry for what they did. So, I have a story now about a girl whose name is Marie. And she heaped coals of fire on her enemy's head. And she got a reward for it. And you'll have to listen to the story to hear what the reward is. Billy Lee reached up and gave Marie's long red pigtails a hard jerk. Marie ignored him and went right on with her arithmetic assignment. As she jotted down the last number, Billy gave her arm a hard shove, leaving a heavy black line right through the center of the paper. Billy, hissed Marie, you mean boy, look what you did. Miss Calhoun whirled around from the blackboard where she was helping Johnny with a problem. Who whispered, she demanded sternly. Marie's chubby face turned red, but she didn't say a word. "Who whispered?" repeated Miss Calhoun. Billy pointed to Marie sitting right in front of him. Her cheeks grew even redder. A frown crossed Miss Calhoun's face. "Did you whisper, Marie?" she asked. Marie nodded slowly. "Bring your reader up here to study until recess," commanded Miss Calhoun. Angry tears smarted in Marie's brown eyes as she stumbled to the front of the room. Holding her book in front of her face, she tried to study. "I wish Billy Lee would move back to the city where he came from," she thought. After school, Peggy and Alice walked home with Marie. "I think that Billy Lee is the meanest boy in school," Peggy declared. "Is that so?" sneered Billy, darting out from behind a tree. "Ho, ho, ho, teacher's pet had to sit up front today." With a quick move, he tripped Marie. Her books flew in all directions. Bursting into sobs, she scrambled to pick herself up. cry, baby," chanted Billy. Then seeing James, Marie's third-grade brother, and his chums coming, Billy dashed down the street. While Marie brushed the dust off her dress and wiped the blood from her knees, Alice and Peggy gathered up her books. "What happened?" James asked. "Billy Lee tripped me," sobbed Marie. James's usually soft brown eyes snapped. "I'll get him one of these days if he doesn't stop pestering you," he threatened. "Here, let me carry your books." James and Marie walked home together. In the kitchen, they poured out the whole story to Mother, who was baking cookies. Mother stopped to clean up Marie's bleeding knees and listened sympathetically to the sad tale. James thrust his hands deep into his pockets and shoved out his chest. "I'd like to knock some sense into Billy's head," he declared. Mother sighed and shook her head. The children were startled to see her eyes filled with tears. "I don't think that's what he needs. Billy's mother was my best friend. She died when he was born. Poor Billy has never had a happy home. He's been shifted from relative to relative and school to school until he's a grade behind. He's just 2 days younger than James." "How awful," gasped Marie. "But what can we do? He's so mean." "Right now, he's staying with his crippled, nearly blind grandmother. She does the best she can, but Billy needs love and attention," said Mother. "Coals of fire may be the best way to reach him." James and Marie stared at Mother. "What do you mean?" "The Bible teaches us that returning kindness for evil is like heaping coals of fire on a person's head," Mother explained. "Oh yes, we remember," the children said, nodding. "Is there anything that Billy likes especially well or does well?" Mother wondered. Marie rubbed her forehead hard the way she always did when she was thinking. "He doesn't play much. The children don't choose him for games." "I know. He's always looking at bird books. He wins every time we have a bird quiz. Could we take him along on our bird hike, Mother?" "That's a fine idea," said Mother, smiling as she slid a pan of animal-shaped cookies out of the oven. Suddenly, Marie's face lit up. "Say, could we make a cardinal-shaped cookie and frost it with red frosting?" "We can at least try," Mother agreed. "I'll try to get Billy to play with us third graders," added James. "Maybe he'll get along better with us boys." The next morning, Marie carried a bag with a cellophane-wrapped carton and 2 oranges in it. "Teacher's pet, chanted Billy, catching up with her. "You got something in your bag for teacher, huh?" Marie's cheeks grew. She wanted to run ahead and keep the bag, but remembering the coals of fire plan, she thought, please, Jesus, help me to be kind and pleasant. Then, smiling, she held up the bag. No, Billy, it's a surprise for you. Billy stopped short. Blinking his cold blue eyes, he finally stammered, do you mean it? Of course, Marie thrust the bag into his grimy hands. Clutching it as though he were afraid it might vanish, Billy peeked in. Hey, a cardinal, cookie, and oranges, he squealed. I'll share this with Granny. Just then, James caught up with them. Say, Billy, Marie says you know a lot about birds. Want to go on a bird hike with our family and help us identify the birds we see? Billy's eyes sparkled and a wide smile spread over his face. I sure will if Granny can spare me, he said. I'll let you know tomorrow. All day, Billy grinned shyly every time he met Marie. Next morning, Billy came racing to meet James and Marie. I can go, he shouted. Good, said James. We'll pick you up at 5:30. Marie smiled as the boys ran ahead like old friends. I do believe the coals of fire are really working, she told herself. So, what can we learn about that? Yes. Yeah, you can be kind to people. They'll be your friend. What was her reward for being kind? Yes. What's that? Having another friend. Did Billy become her friend? Yeah. So now, when someone does something to you that you don't like, you can do what? Yes. Put coals of fire, coals of kindness on their head. Yeah. So if someone at school, maybe they take your favorite pencil, should you sneak over to their desk and take their pencil back so you have their favorite pencil now? Is that the way to do it? No, it's not the way to do it. You can heap coals of kindness on their head. Okay. I'm going to pray with you guys and then have some. Okay. God, I come before you this morning. Pray for all these children. Pray that you would bless them. Ask that you would be able to show your love through them to others, to their friends, and even to not their friends. Be with them, bless them, bless their lives. Bless the rest of the service. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. I have something for you now. Since you paid attention. Okay, you can come in a single file and each get a piece of this. And then if your parents are okay with it, you can have it. And maybe you should wait till after. Okay? So you can start here, and you can come over here and get a piece, and you can go back to your parents.